Hi, this is Joe, and today I'll be reviewing the Mpow Petrel Bluetooth 4.0 headphones. I want to show you real quick what's in the package. You get a USB to micro power cable. You get 3 sets of tips. You get a small, the medium, which is on the headphones right now, and a large. These are the stabilizer bars. I'll show you how that fits in a minute. You also get 3 sizes of ear tips. The small, medium, and large. Again, I have the small on the headphones right now. You also get some cable management clips. You can see, I don't know if you can see that right there. Basically, it's a flat cable and it zigzags through there, so you're able to trim it. It comes with a little Ziploc bag to store all your tips and accessories, and you also get a nice illustrated instruction manual. I do want to highlight this because I think it's very nicely done, and you can look at all the different functionality. What Mpow's done with this one is there's a lot of added functionality in this version compared to the previous version. As far as battery life has been greatly improved, and they've also, I think they've done a better job with the instruction manual. It's easier to understand. There's lots of different ways to make calls, and there's 2 ways calling, there's 3-way calling, there's call hold, there's reject a call. There's all kinds of different functionality in this manual. So again, just want to show you all the different types of calling features. It seems that this is a hot spot for people purchasing this type of equipment. So there's all kinds of stuff for that. Now I want to show you the previous case. The previous case for the Petrels look like this. So if you got this version, you probably got the one with the bad battery life. I was running on full volume, running for about 1 hour and 20 minutes on this, and then it just cut out. These I went 3 hours and 41 minutes with. I haven't gone longer in one use, and it was about at 50% volume, and I still had some battery life left. So this version is definitely, they fixed that problem. Now I want to show you the previous version. I had an issue with it, and I fixed that. So I want to show everyone what I did. Right here's the headphones, the stabilizer bars. You can see them right there. But right here, you can see what happened is this little black thing, this sliver's on and off, and so you can just kind of push it down and you'll see how it covers up the buttons. Well, basically it's not secured. That was one of my issues with it. You can see how it just kind of slides through the tape, but it's got a track up, volume up, it's got play pause and track previous, track stop, but you can see right there what the little inside looks like. It's exposed. There's the little microphone on the back. And so what I did is I was running with this, and I think I accidentally shorted it out because there's a little microphone port on the back. I don't know if you can see that little hole, but that's where the microphone goes. And basically I think I got some sweat in there, or some sweat came in from either the top or the bottom and short-circuited this little board. You can see the back, you can see this little, I don't know how well you can see that, but it looks like it rusted out. So what I've done to fix that on the new version they sent me, because I asked them for another sample and they said, hey, we got a new version out, why don't you just review the new version. So what I've done here is, you can probably see at the top there, see, I don't know if you can, how well that's showing up, but it's a little bit glistening. That's because I put a drop of crazy glue there. I put another drop of crazy glue right down there in the bottom. Now what that's going to do is that's going to hold this in tight, so it's not going to slide on you. And I also put a piece of Scotch tape around it because I am a heavy sweater when I jog. But even if you're not a heavy sweater, you get a little bit of water in there, it's going to go right through there. It's going to start frying that little board out. So what I'd like to see them do in the future with this is I'd like to see this enclosed and not be movable and be fixed. Also, when you put this on your head, pop these in your ears such as this with the tips. The pointy part points out, points these tips. The pointed part faces towards the front. So this is pointing towards the front of your ear. But what I'd like to do with this for future versions, again, I mentioned I'd like to see them seal this so it's immovable. A piece of Scotch tape, that's an easy tweak just to put on there so you're not getting any water in there. And again, I didn't have any issues with this with these 2 little simple modifications. So I just want to share that for everyone so you can possibly do the same modifications if you have the same problem. But this will slide up and down on you, so I'm just warning you about that right now. So go ahead and put a drop of crazy glue there and you won't have any of that issue. Also, this is play pause is the middle button, and then this is actually track, I believe it's track previous and volume up. So I wish they would switch this, so this would be the track next and not track previous, because I'm thinking the top is the next sequential order and the bottom is the previous order, but it's actually flipped. So you got to push down to go to the next higher track, and you got to push up to go the track below. And then there's just volume up and volume down. So again, I want to go through the headphones now. As far as quality, they have an average to better than average listening quality. You're not going to get blown away from the sound from these headphones. They are a budget level priced Bluetooth headphone. They are 4.0. They do have, they do have some good bass, but you got to make sure, the whole key to the bass is making sure that the tips are pushed far enough in your ear that you can get a good seal. If this tip is not in your ear, you're not going to get a good seal, and you're not going to get good bass. And when you're running around and you're sweating, these things are, they're making the noises in your ear. You're just not going to enjoy a great listening experience. But they are also affordable. These are, mid $50, $60 range. They're not $140, $150. Right here, I want to show you is where you charge them. You get a little, stick your thumb in here, and you can pop that off. Right there is the USB micro charger. Again, these had pretty good sound. They come with 3 different size earbuds, 3 different size stabilizer bars. They had much improved battery life. They sounded pretty good. They didn't sound awesome. I wasn't super blown away, but it was decent. The sound was decent. I don't think you'll be sad for the price you're going to pay for these. I ran in them. They stay in my ears because I think the other part of the reason they stay in your ears is because they are super lightweight. See how much they weigh? Right there, we're getting a weight of 13 grams. 12 to 13 grams. So that's with the stabilizer bars. That's as is. So that's pretty lightweight. I think you're going to be hard pressed to find a lighter pair of headphones. And because they're lightweight, they don't feel bulky in your head when you're out running around. They stayed pretty well put. I didn't have any issues with these staying put. I sweat a bunch, so I didn't have any problems with sound cutting in or cutting out. Sometimes you'll sweat a lot and you'll lose like one of the buds because it's got too much sweat. So I didn't have that issue with them. One issue I did have with them though sometimes is the Bluetooth connectivity. I had my iPod Nano, which was at my waist, and sometimes it would get staticky and not really staticky, but cut in and cut out, cut in, cut out. It seemed like sometimes that would happen, and if that happens, it's not going to get better. What you need to do is change. For instance, I had the Nano facing away from me, and I had a pouch on my belt that I put some gels in. I actually flipped the Nano to the other side, and it reestablished connection. I went running, I had no problem with it. So these things can be a little bit finicky with their connection. And so if you're not going to get a solid connection, you just got to experiment with different places. If I couldn't get that to fit by flipping my iPod Nano around, I probably would have had to do an arm patch or put it in my pocket instead of on a belt. You just got to experiment with that. Other than that, once I got a connection, it was solid. So thanks again for watching, and I hope you consider the Mpow Petrels if you need some headphones.